Hi, I'm Kayla Collymore. I play the roles of Queen Eleanor and the Fairy Ardor in Matthew Bourne's Sleeping Beauty.
And I am Jackson Fisch. I play Caraboss and Caradoc, as well as the Fairy Tantrum in Matthew Bourne's The Sleeping Beauty. A typical day for us while we're rehearsing a production usually begins with a class, an hour class in the morning, and then we'll have a quick little tea break, and then it's more or less straight into rehearsals.
Then we have a lunch break, an hour long, and then we have another chunk of rehearsals. Some days, I think it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we stay a little bit later in the day and work on specific sections, maybe like a fairy section or specific duets. Then we go home and we take a nice bath and ice. I use the knowledge and experience in the room to help me build my character by asking a ton of questions. I am not afraid to just kind of like walk up to maybe Ash and say, hey, I'm really lost. Do you have any tips about this, or what have you done to help you get into this role better? Yeah, tons of questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Unapologetically.
And I think in a way it's kind of crucial to have those people in the original cast or the time before, because they do have so much vital information. They hold a lot of the show in their bodies still from years ago, and while we're learning, while we're progressing through the piece, they're remembering things from the last time they did it, and those little nuggets of information are really important for the rest of us having not done it before. Costume for me has always been my favorite part.
Yeah.
Like, I love, especially Les's designs. They're just incredible, and I think in a New Adventures production, it's almost vital to the character. Like, I had my first costume fitting the other day, and at a certain point in the show, I'm wearing a corset. And that alone makes you stand a certain way. It limits certain movements. So it really informs how your character travels through this world that we're creating.
I mean, you've heard it before, you kind of just like click right into character sometimes when you put that costume on. And it does happen that way.
And the wigs. I love the wigs.
Yeah, the wigs.
I love wearing a wig. It's so much fun.
I'm typically very early, so I'm usually really early for class to do my own warm-up. But for a show, I'm usually down early to just like make sure all my costumes are preset correctly, all my pieces are there, to get my feet on the stage if I can. I'll do a bit of yoga. I think almost before every show I'll do some yoga as a short meditation and a piece of gum in my mouth before I head down to stage, and I'll get rid of the gum right before the show starts. For my partners.
Of course.
Fresh breath.
Of course. The creative management does a lot of work with us to make sure that the show stays fresh. They're constantly finding new details within our characters and the movement to improve the performance and to tell the story that little bit better. So nothing is ever the same show to show. It's the bulk of it stays the same, but there's always something you can find within a character or a moment that tells your story a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, and we'll have note sessions almost every day. Sometimes just notes in the dressing room, but you're getting feedback constantly on how to develop your character or not lose bits of choreography.
Which happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
We're excited to hit the road and to hopefully see you on tour.